If you are a parent, you need to have an estate plan. This week, we're going to talk about why estate planning is so important for people with children. Last week, we talked about the basics of estate planning. So if you missed that video, stop this, go back, watch that so this makes more sense. The two important things that you can do with estate planning when you have minor children are you can nominate a guardian for your children in your will, and you can also set up a trust for them. This is really important, especially for people who have children together but aren't in a relationship. Either they are divorced or they were never married. You may not want your former partner to be the person caring for your children if you were to pass away. As part of your will, you can nominate who you would like the guardian of your children to be. This is not binding on the court, so the other parent may still get custody of the children, but it is something that a judge is required to take into consideration when deciding who is going to get custody of your children. Also, nominating a guardian is important if you are married to the parent of the children. If you're both to die at the same time, you want the court to know where your children should go. The trust is important because it's a way to protect your assets and make sure they're going to your children. So, for example, if you're divorced and you were to pass away and you leave all of your assets to your children, if they're minors, those assets have to be managed by a guardian. That guardian would most likely be your former spouse, and maybe they're not the best person to manage that money. If you have all of the money paid into a trust, you can pick the trustee, and the trustee can be anyone. It can be a family member, it could be your new partner, it can even be a bank. And they would manage the money, and the trust would tell them how to pay out the money to the children and what it can be used for. For example, the trust can say that the children are only allowed access to the interest earned by the trust assets and not any of the principal. It can also say that the funds can only be used for living expenses or for educational needs or for college. It can say the money can be used to purchase a vehicle. It can say it can't be used to purchase a vehicle. The trust can also say when the children can have access to all of the assets of the trust. And that doesn't have to be when they turn 18. It can be when they turn 25. It can even be when they turn 30 or even older. If you and your child's other parent were never married and you feel like that person is not a good person to have custody of your child, one way to disincentivize them from trying to take custody of the child is to make sure they don't have access to the child's money. And the best way to do that is by having all of that money paid into the trust. Because sometimes people only want the children because there's of the money that comes with them. And while that's really sad, it is a reality that we live in. And this is just one more step you can take to protect your children from a parent who maybe doesn't have their best interest in mind. If you feel like you need a new estate plan to help out your kids, please give us a call. We'd be happy to meet with you. We do give free consultations for all our estate planning. So give us a call. We will have you come in and talk through this with you and see how we can help you. So thanks for watching. Be sure to tune in next week.